Well, if you haven't already caught on from the title and that little intro, today we're building Shrek's house because why not? It's 2020, Shrek is such a relevant meme, now's the perfect time to do it. But of course, we've got to build Shrek's house in insane detail. So to start with, we're going to build the house in vanilla, and then once done, we're going to transform it into, well, hopefully something that looks pretty realistic while still being in Minecraft. That's the goal anyway. Right, we're done building Shrek's house in vanilla Minecraft. So I know you just saw the little time lapse, but I'm going to show you a little tour around the place just to keep you up to date. So obviously the main feature here is his house, and this is what we've done here. It looks decent. I mean, you can kind of tell that it's a tree trunk, obviously, while still retaining that blocky Minecraft look. Also, I wanted to note that I am building this in 1.12.2 because I'm going to use the mods. So that means it doesn't include all of the different trapdoors and all of that kind of stuff. So I had to stick with, well, you can see here, vanilla basic trapdoors. If you look down the center, it actually goes down to his fireplace because it connects into the fireplace. We've got his little path that you don't actually see where it goes to, it just kind of curves around, so I've just done the same. Of course, we got the famous, well, toilet outhouse, whatever you want to call it. Not a lot of room, to be honest, but it's Minecraft. And then last but not least, we got the interior. So this is what you can see. Here's the fireplace, we've got the dining table, we've got the chairs, we've got the attempt at his leather chair, the one that Donkey jumps on. Got some shelves and other decoration just to kind of clutter the place up. So as I said earlier, this fireplace connects right up through the tree trunk so you can see outside. And then around the side here, we've got the bedroom. There's really nothing that you can see of his bedroom, but I managed to find one clip, basically where the wolf is lying in his bed, doing the whole wolf dressed as a grandma thing. That and concept art, so I loosely based it on that, and that's what we got. So that just about does it for the inside of his cozy little house. And then finally, to finish things off, obviously I had to add in some larger trees to fit with this massive tree trunk. Mainly because if I use just the vanilla swamp trees, they just get completely dwarfed by the tree trunk, which isn't really bad, but I wanted it to look like it was from the movie. That's the whole point of it. So I made a custom tree, copied it around. They're nothing special, they're just background stuff. But with that being said, that's Shrek's swamp done. So you know what's next? It's time to transform this, so I'll see you in a bit. So I thought I'd jump in just to give you a little bit of an update. This is where we're at. This is what we've currently done. And I completely underestimated how long this would take. I mean, obviously I knew it'd take a long time because we're working in miniature blocks that are literally like 16 times smaller. So obviously it's going to take a little while. But I decided to start from the top and work my way down. That way I can get a feel of how steep I want to make things and where I want to pull the roots out later on. But we've pretty much done the top section here. Oh yeah, if you look down here, I've also circled it off as well. So you can actually imagine it's more of a tree trunk that's been hollowed out rather than just a cube. Anyway, let's get back into building. So things are starting to come along. We did some more of the main base of the tree trunk, and we've started doing the first root. As you can see, it's a big old root. It comes all the way down and it connects into the floor. And obviously you've got these few little extra roots coming off and going into the ground. And I think that just kind of makes it look a little bit more realistic. That's what I was trying to do in the vanilla version here, you can see, but obviously can't get the same kind of effect. Anyway, yeah, it's really difficult trying to get something organic using these tools because, well, I know you're working in blocks, but usually the way that this works is you can drag select a box, and so you'll probably see in the recording that I'm constantly just dragging and taking out little chunks at a time, trying to make it look a little bit more natural, a little bit more organic. Honestly, probably one of the hardest things you can do is try and make something organic in Minecraft, let alone doing it with miniature blocks. I mean, to be fair, you can get something looking way more organic using this than you can in default Minecraft, but it just takes a long time. Anyway, that's where we're at currently, so I think we're going to jump back in and try and get the rest of this done, or at least as much as I can do. And with that, the tree is done. That was painful. That took way too long. Longer than I ever thought it would. But I think we racked up about 12 hours just for this tree, which is a joke. Having said that, I think we've done a good job here. And I couldn't really half-arse it either. It's the main feature of his base, so I had to spend a long time just chiseling away at it. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but it looks very weird when you look directly down. You get this sort of grid effect because we're in 1.12.2 and we're using this mod. So it just takes a normal oak log block, and so that's kind of what you've got going on here. Imagine this but flat. That's just a bunch of oak logs flat, basically. That's what that grid pan is. But we're not going to look at it like that. We're going to look at it from the front and appreciate its beauty. So obviously I had to add a bunch more roots coming out and protruding from the building. We got them coming out from all different sorts of angles, smaller ones, larger ones. It's rounded it all off, and I think I'm pretty happy with the result, to be honest. If you ask me, it looks like a tree, well, a massive tree with its roots spreading out in all different directions. Right, with the tree done, it's now time to, I guess, do the dirt with some grass and kind of make that look a little bit more realistic and a little bit less Minecrafty. I was going to move on and do the dirt and the grass, but I got distracted, decided to start on the main building bit beneath the trunk. And of course, while doing this, I'm looking at reference images and stuff like that and looking at clips from the movie, trying to get an idea and pull it off as accurately as I can. So the walls of his house are kind of weird. He's got a few wooden planks. He's got this crazy door going on, which I'll show you in a minute. And he's got this like clay or concrete kind of texture that continues around the rest of the building. As you can see, it's also got this nice curve going all the way around now. We've got a few windows. You can look inside the actual house now as well. I'm going to continue this down and around the entire other side. That's just to make it kind of slope down into the ground. Right, let's move on to the main feature, the door. This is cool. You ready? Look, watch. How cool is that? So obviously a lot of you suggested last time, I was using chisel and bits previously, and you told me to check out LittleTiles because you can do this kind of stuff. So thanks for bringing that to my attention, and now we got some cool ass doors. Look at that. Look at how cool that is. Yeah, it works as an actual door, which is very nice. You can come in, you can close it, and it's also a very unique shape as well. Shrek's outdone himself with the architecture here. But I just wanted to show that off quickly. It's time to get back into building. Right, so what I've done here is I've made a custom little grass tuft because once I chisel away and make this terrain here a little bit more natural looking, a little bit more realistic, I won't be able to use these regular grass or tall grass tufts, the ones that come in the game. So because of that, I've got to make some custom ones out of little leaf blocks. It also works pretty well because you can see it gives that wavy effect still. And then once I've done the terrain, I can literally just paste them on top of the terrain. Right, now this is what I'm talking about. Look at this. So I did as I said, and I smoothed out the entire terrain, and then once I've done that, I then used these custom little grass tufts that I've done and then pasted them all over the place. And they're varying in height as well, so it gives that little variation of random grass tufts sticking out in different places. Also, down this side, he's got a bunch of vines and kind of like moss hanging down. That it's kind of connected to the grass, but it hangs down over the side of the building. Makes it look very swampy. So I've kind of done that all around here. And yeah, the grass literally goes all the way, well, almost all the way around the back. I decided not to do the back side because you're literally not going to see it, so it doesn't really matter. But I blended it in with the regular vanilla Minecraft terrain and grass. But apart from that, it goes all the way around and it just looks so good. It looks realistic, and that's what I wanted to achieve. Obviously, apart from that, we've also got this moss kind of vines like all over the tree trunk as well, as if it's crawling down the sides. And then finally, we did this little path that connects around the side here. I wanted to make it a little bit smoother, and I've also done these little custom stone slabs that go all the way around as well, which you can see I made down here. Doing that has really pulled things together for this place, and it looks just sublime. Right, I think it's time to move on to the next part of the transformation. So obviously we've finished with his main house, and now we've done his little shack, his outdoor toilet, porta potty, whatever you want to call it. We've done the same sort of little path that connects up here with these stone slabs, and we've got a little custom door. Very nice. Got a little cutout of the moon on it as well. I'm sure you saw this from the intro, but yeah, I'm really happy with how this little thing turned out. Look at it. It's so cute. So yeah, I used some rope to tie around as if it's like the hinges of the door. We got a little handle here. Didn't do a toilet, but doesn't matter. You don't see it in the film anyway. You get the idea. It's probably just a hole. I don't know. But yeah, look, working door. Oh, very nice. All that's left is to do the interior. Now, I'm running out of time on this build, so I challenged myself to do the interior, or as much as I can anyway, within an hour. So let's just see how much I can actually get done within that time frame. Right, time's up, and I'm going to give you a little tour of the inside now. I'm sure you already saw from the time-lapse, but this is what we managed to do in an hour. Of course, I had to start with his ever so famous dining table and chairs. I actually really like how these chairs turned out. They've got this kind of webbing effect, I guess made from bits of leather or string or something for the back. Of course, mirrored it to the other side, and then did this large dining table on top. And then over here, we've got a few little features. I very last minute and quickly did his little leather chair, the one that Donkey jumps up on and starts talking about waffles or something. We got a little lamp, we got some shelves kind of scattered around. I didn't have time to fill them up, but I wanted to do something with the wall space, so I made some shelves. But I also noticed in the film he's got a lot of just pottery and stuff like that all scattered around his house as well. So I made this large vase with a handle on it and a miniature one as well, and then I just copied them around into certain corners of the house to sort of fill it out. We got some drapes to separate his dining room into the bedroom, just as if it's old torn fabric or something. And then lastly, we got the bedroom. I didn't get time to do the bed, unfortunately. I didn't get time to do any of the chests or anything like that, but I quickly made some more shelves, put some vases in here, and also made these curtains quickly over the window. Considering I was limited on time and I managed to do a lot of this within an hour, I think it's pretty decent. I actually enjoyed challenging myself for this because it was as if I had to restrict myself with a time limit. It made it more interesting for me anyway and more challenging, hence it's a challenge. But what do you guys think of it? Obviously let me know down in the comments, and yeah, hopefully Minecraft Shrek is happy with his new house. So with that done, the build is complete. Now as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Even though I limited myself with the interior, giving myself only an hour to build, this whole thing still took over 30 hours. So I'd really appreciate it if you can show your support and leave a like down below. On the previous Chisel and Bits video, you guys have done amazingly well showing your support and giving me them likes. And even in the last video with the underground base, you absolutely smashed it. You got it over 50k likes when I asked for 30k, which is insane. And I had a lot of fun with this build. It's very unique, very out there, and a bit random, but sometimes it's the best way to be. But having said that, if you do want to get this build for yourself and you enjoyed the video, or you want to live and play Minecraft in Shrek's house, then do me a solid and let's see if we can get this to 40k likes. If you can get this to 40,000 likes, then of course I'll release this for free up on my Patreon. Or even if you didn't want the build, just leave a little like, show your support. I'd very much appreciate it. Anyway, with that being said, check out my socials, same as always. I'll be posting this up on my Instagram within the next few days, and probably even on my TikTok as well, so make sure you check those out. But aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one.